Hello, can you all hear me? Please let me know. Hello, good morning, everybody. So amazing and fantastic. Drop a comment in the comment section. Please let me know you can hear me. I'm super excited and delighted. Welcome to today's bootcamp. Is the Progressive School Leaders Bootcamp. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, okay, is it better now? Please let me know. Is it better now? Good morning, ma'am. I'm so glad that you are here. Please let me know if it is better so I can go right in. We started late behind schedule already. However, our second speaker coming up by 11 o'clock. Please let me know if it is better now so that I can just move right into it. I'm going to be having the first session this morning on student-centered technology integration, leveraging digital tools to enhance learning and school growth. Okay, please let me know if it is better. Okay, it's better. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma. All right, so my name is Abdulatif. Today's bootcamp, just sorry that we started a bit behind schedule, but at least we're here. Thank you so much for joining. And please don't forget, we're going to be having 3 sessions this morning, and then by evening, we're going to have 2 sessions to make the bootcamp a wrap. All right, so this morning, I'm going to be speaking on student-centered technology integration, leveraging digital tools to enhance learning, and more importantly, to also increase your student population. So let's start with student-centered. Let's start with technology integration. We are currently in a fast-paced world. We're currently in a world that is driven by technology. We're currently in a world where everything we know and everything we do is now involve technology. And as a school owner, as a school leader, as a school administrator, regardless of the title you currently hold, you can't afford to not leverage technology. You can't afford to not do something with technology. You can't afford to not integrate technology in your school. But while integrating technology, something must come first is that it has to be student focused. And what I mean by that, it has to be student focused. So while integrating technology in your school, and this is the biggest mistake most school owners make when talking about integrating technology, is that we integrate technology, we talk about using this technology, we see this company come to your school at one time and tell you, hey, this is the new technology. Hello, can you all hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Hello. I'm so sorry, it was the network. Let me know if you can hear me now. Can you all hear me now? Okay, I'm just okay. Let me see. Okay, so fantastic. So I'm just going to get right into it. So what I'm explaining now is that when you integrate technology in your school, okay, that you don't just get any tool, you don't just subscribe to any tool, you don't just bring in anything. You see this one, it's AI that is now winning now, this AI that is trending now, so you subscribe to it. This one that is trending now, subscribe to it. No, that's not how it works. The most important thing is that when you want to integrate technology, your students have at the center. That's why the theme of this bootcamp is called student-centered school growth. Student-centered school growth. And what student-centered school growth means is that we want to empower school leaders to increase their growth. But while doing that, we don't want them to do it at the expense of their students. So we want them to do things that is going to be focused on that's going to be centered around their students, that's going to meet the needs of their students, and that will indirectly lead to school growth. That's the idea of student-centered school growth. Okay. Now we will talk about technology integration. So integrated technology is one of the ways that you can make use of, or one of the ways that you can drive growth in your school. The most centered around your school, around your students. So you can't afford to do this just for doing sake, because the idea is that for every business, it's always easier to retain customer than to retain existing customer than to attract new customers. So when you have retain your existing customers, your existing customer will serve as personal ambassador and unpaid marketer to actually market your school for you. When other people see the products, they see the result that they are getting. So that's really the biggest, that is the biggest idea about this. So the idea is to satisfy the students you already have, but you satisfy them, they're going to uh, bring upon the other student that you have. They're going to bring more students to your school. So that's the idea. So one of the things that you can use to satisfy your existing students, to make sure that you enhance their learner, and which also go, yeah, you enhance their learning, which is going to lead to more growth for you, is by integrating technology. But this integration of technology cannot come at the expense of your students. So you have to integrate technology based on the needs of your students. In fact, based on your environment. So it cannot be something you just do for doing sake. Okay, thank you. It cannot be something you just do because you just want to integrate technology. It cannot be something you just do because everyone else go and integrate technology. No, it has to be something you do consciously and intentionally for your students' sake. And that is of student-centered technology integration. So we're going to be focusing on leveraging digital tools to enhance learning and to drive growth. Okay, so when leveraging digital tools, what are the things that you must consider? First is, when considering student-centered technology integration, you must look at least three things. Number one is that when dealing with anything student-centered, you must encourage three things. One, active learning. Okay, any technology that you are going to integrate in your school must encourage active learning, must lift your students engaging and actively participating in the class activities. Okay, we have gone the route of passive learning. We have gone beyond that age of students just seeing as an empty vessel that a teacher just passed something into. No, that's gone past that era. We're now in the era where students and teachers are work together in the classroom to achieve learning outcome. So we're now in the era where teachers have to carry students along, and students have to have voice in their learning. They have to contribute actively to their learning. Okay, so in that case, you have to make sure that you involve students in the learning. So any technology that you're trying to integrate have to, please excuse me. Okay, so as I'm saying, so it has to enhance students' group. It has to facilitate active learning. Very, very important. Why is that any technology that you are integrating that is not facilitating active learning, then it's not really doing its job. So students have to to actively participate with each other. Another thing is personalized learning, and this is something that we are really lacking in the education industry. Why? Because these students are different from each other. They are unique from each other. So you have to look for ways to balance things up. And this is where we come from the angle of equity. Okay, so equity in learning means that you don't give students the same opportunity to learn, but you give them opportunity based on their needs. So, and that's what personalized learning simply means. That you give students resources based on their unique needs, so that they can be able to learn as much as every other learner in the classroom. Okay, that's what personalized learning means. And then we have collaborative learning. Yes, collaborative learning means that you have to integrate technology that's going to promote students working together. Okay, so when we talk about 21st century learning, okay, we talk about helping students develop at least four skills: critical thinking skills, good morning, critical thinking skills, collaboration, creativity, and communication. So when integrating technology, you have to have all these four things in mind. What technology tools can I integrate that is going to foster the development of these skills: critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity? Okay, so these are the arts of student-centered education, and they are very, very important. In fact, our education in this time around has to focus on equipping students to be problem solvers. Okay, please let me know if you can all hear me. Okay, can you hear me, please? All right, I think I'm back now. Okay, so as I'm explaining that when integrating technology, we have to have these four things in mind. That okay, we want to empower our students to achieve these four skills, to develop these four skills: critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. All these four skills are essential for any student to thrive in the 21st century. And so any technology that we're integrating have to foster the development of these skills. Very, very important. So now, so what are the things we can do? What are the different ways we can integrate technology to ensure that we foster the development of these skills, or we don't just foster the development of these skills, but we also lead to students' goals. Number one is that leveraging of videos. Okay, leveraging of videos. And why is it important to leverage of videos? Is that when you leverage of videos, one, videos appeals to multiple senses of learning. Appeals to audio, I mean hearing, and appeals to seeing, which is visual. So that's why video is an example of an audio visual material, which means students hear what they are learning and also see what they are learning. So when you make use of videos, students, it appeals to multiple senses of learning. That's just the most important thing. Also, depending on the ways you leverage video, it also gives students autonomy. And so when leveraging of video, one of the tools, there are two different ways. There are two different ways to leverage of videos. The first one is curation of videos. Yes, curation of videos. And the second one is curation of videos. Curation of videos is you curate the videos yourself. The advantage of curation of videos is that because you're the teacher teaching your students, you are able, what's it called? You're able to you're able to speak to your student needs. You understand their language. You know what they want. You know the language you can speak to them. You know what you can say to them to pick their interest or to get their attention. So you can create video and start calling out your students' names. Why? Because you know them. You know what you can say to them and going to catch their attention. Okay. But curation of video is that you go and get videos that other people have curated and then you use it in your school. Okay. Why? Whether you're using either of these two, you can leverage on platform like YouTube. So currently now you're watching this on YouTube. So you can leverage on a platform like YouTube. By curating your own videos, you can upload it on YouTube and so you can get access to it wherever they are. Or by uploading your own video, by curating other people's video that's already on YouTube and using it in your classroom or outside your classroom. So what's the advantage of this? So let me give you an example. I'm using Flip Classroom as an example. So Flip Classroom is a methodology, is an approach to teaching that gives students access to learning materials before they come to class. And the simple idea is that it is always better for students to have an existing knowledge about what they are going to be learning before they come to class. So for example now, let's say I want to teach my student transportation. So I can curate a short video on what transportation is all about and upload it on YouTube or upload it on Google Drive and give my students access to the video for them to watch. So in the video that they can learn what transportation is all about. They can learn what the different means of transportation, and they can even learn the advantage of using any of the means of transportation. So when they come to class, I'm not going back to teach them all those things. I'm just engaging with them. I'm asking them to explain to me what transportation is all about. Okay, to explain to me. And guess what? One of the advantages of using this type of approach is that it gives students that autonomy. Why? Because when they are watching the video at home, they are watching it at their pace. As an example of personalized learning, they are watching it at their pace. They are not, what's it called? They are not watching the video at comparison with other people. For example, if you are teaching in a classroom now and you are explaining transportation, if out of 10 students, 8 students get it, you won't wait for the 2 other students. Okay, but when each of these 10 students are watching the video at home on their own, they have the autonomy. If you say something very fast and don't get it, they can actually watch the video again over and over and over again till they get it. Please, if you are with me, comment I am with you. Comment I'm with you. If you can hear me clearly, please comment. You can hear me clearly. I can hear you clearly. So that's really the idea. So they have autonomy. They can rewind it. They can fast forward it. They can watch it as much as necessary for them to get what you are trying to explain. Okay, so that's the idea. And when they get to class, you also give them the opportunity to communicate what they have learned. Okay, give them the opportunity to communicate what they have learned. Okay, you can give them the opportunity to work together. You can put them into groups for them to work together. Yes. Excuse me. They have severe catarrh or just managing. Okay, so you can give them the opportunity to work together. Okay, a video, you can make use of YouTube. You can upload your videos on YouTube, or you can use existing videos that have already been created on YouTube. You can use it for your. You make use of the students and about the autonomy on their learning. Not only that, research has shown that students retain more knowledge when they make use of video. Why? Because they can see what they are learning and they can hear what they are learning. If they don't remember what they see, they're going to remember what they hear. So students that are audio learners get benefits from the video as much as students that are virtual learners, because they also see what they're learning. So one of the things you can consider when making use of video, you can consider using PowerPoint as a short slide, making use of slide, make use of pictures in your video, and making your video short. Your video does not have to be long. Okay, you're dealing with students that have low attention span, so you have to make your video to be very short and concise. But you have to use this. There is this model called KISS. Keep it short and simple. So make it short and simple. So apart from using videos, what other things can you use? You can make use of Google Classroom. So Google Classroom is a learning management system that allow you to manage your classroom. So Google Classroom actually give you the opportunity to duplicate your school. Yes. So have a replica of your school in the virtual space. So where you can curate, you can have classroom for each of your classroom. So Google Classroom is like a visual library where you can curate materials for your students. And while they are at home, you can actually keep getting access to your material. So just like when you are leveraging on video, it gives them that autonomy because now they have access to material that they can. So let's say, for example, now a primary 2 teacher now have like documents for example, now have materials on all topics for a particular week. So before that particular week, he or she can upload the materials on the Google Classroom, so they can see the material they're going to be getting access to in the following week. You can get access to it. Apart from that, let's say you have taught some topic in your classroom. You can upload all the material that you use to teach the topics, maybe videos on that material, to just as a supplementary learning. Upload on Google Classroom, and then after your students have listened to you in the classroom, you can go back home and go and watch all those materials to supplement what you have learned already in your classroom. And with this, it has already been how do I put it? With this, you can actually go over to the material. You can go back to the material over and over, and when exam is coming, you can go back to all those materials and use that as a revision for them. Apart from that, we also have different technological tools. We have artificial intelligence, we have AI tools, different AI tools that you can make use of to plan your lesson. So as a school, you can actually train your teachers. You can actually facilitate training for your teachers for them to leverage on these tools to learn how to make use of AI to plan their lesson. There are a lot of AI tools out there. In fact, if you don't know anyone, you can start by using ChatGPT to plan your lesson. Not just plan your lesson, to plan engaging classroom activities, okay, to learn in your classroom, so that you can make your learning more engaging. So you don't just come with all those goat learning or all those the same learning lesson plan. Lesson plan you use for one topic, also the lesson plan you're going to use for the other topic, to make your classroom more, to make your lesson engaging, to make your lesson unique. So your students are not going to be bored because now they are used to the way your lesson always come. So can you you can even go to ChatGPT and just type, okay, plan an engaging classroom activity for this particular topics, for this grade, okay, in a 20-minute classroom, for just 20 minutes. It's going to suggest different engaging classroom activities that you can do for a particular topic to ensure that your students learn valuable skills. Your students don't just learn copy and paste, just learn just acquire the knowledge that you want them to acquire, but then they are also able to apply it. Collaborative learning activities, things like they can do together to enforce or to reinforce that learning. Another tool that you can make use of is assessment tools. Okay, so these are other ways to integrate the technology in your school to assess students, and these assessments have to go beyond just paper and pen and pencil, or paper and pen evaluation. So you can make use of online assessment tools. There are tools like quizzes that you can make use of in your classroom. There are gamified learning tools. They are evaluation tools. They are game-like. And what this simply means that they are like game. They are like students that, this students are used to playing games on their phone. They're used to playing games that rewards them with points and things like that, with scores. So when you make use of tools like quizzes and they answer questions and they get points, they see dashboard, they see leaderboard, they see how they are leading their classmates, or how far behind they are. It makes learning engaging for them. In fact, these are things this is something you can integrate your classroom, or you can do for students to go and do at home. So you have teach them, you still have teach them, tell them something in the classroom. Okay, so you can give them a short quiz on quizzes in the same classroom if you have the technology. If not, you can ask them to go and do it at home. You give them the link, they join. For example, at a particular time, you have to say join at a particular time, and they just answer the question, and they see how they are leading each other. It makes your learning engaging, and more importantly, it makes students to pay more attention in class, because now they know that okay, they are going to be assessed on what they are learning, and they also want to become, they want to get first in the classroom. They want to get the first position in the leaderboard. Okay, another way to make use of technology is by feedback. Okay, one of the things that I see, that I noticed that students we don't actually do enough in school is that we don't get feedback from your students. Part of 21st century education, or part of student-centered education, is that you have to give students their voice. Students have to have voice in what you're doing. So give them that opportunity to have feedback, to give feedback for what you're doing. For example, it can be just weekly feedback, or you create a Google form, or you create a survey art form, and give it to your student for them to just answer. Okay, what do you learn best? What do you learn the most in this particular this week? What's your biggest challenge teaching in this week? You know, for them to just give you feedback about their learning in a particular week, for you to know, okay, what do I do better? What do we do better at the school? Then ask them, okay, what is the most interesting thing that you learned this week? Okay, what would you like your school to do? In fact, you can even ask them, what are they doing in your friend's school that you also like us to do in your school? So these are things that bring students together, that make students open up to you, that show you area of improvement in your school. Okay, so there are different ways of leveraging technology in your school. And the most important thing you have to have in mind is that don't just leverage technology in your school, don't just integrate technology in your school. You also have to do it while focusing on the needs of your student. It's very, very important. And this is where I'm going to call it off a day. I'm just sorry, we came late, and we even have our second speaker is waiting for us already. But I'm just going to give us some time for question. So do you have any question? Is there anything you want to ask on technology integration, leveraging digital tools to enhance learning and school growth? So now let me just quickly make a recap. So how does this lead to your school growth? Number one thing is that all these amazing things are going to be using technology tools to do in your school. You don't have to do it in isolation. As you are doing it, be vocal about it, be visible. Let people know that you are doing amazing things in your school. Have a Facebook page, have a YouTube channel, have, in fact, on your WhatsApp status. The thing is that I taught in the school last year, and one of the things one of the suggestions I give the school owner is that most of the time your parents have your school saved, have your school owner's number saved. Okay, so they are the school leader here, because they talk to you every time they call you, they want to get information for you, they have your number saved. Okay, so that means they're on your WhatsApp list already. So anything you post on your WhatsApp status, they see it. Excuse me. So whenever you integrate technology and you have an engaging classroom, you have students work together to achieve something, record it, put in your WhatsApp status, let them see what you're doing. Okay, let them see what your students doing something great. And there are even some schools, some parents that make inquiries about your school, but they have not bring their students. But you have the number step, they're also going to see it. You also have WhatsApp groups. When you do all these things, put in your WhatsApp, let the parents of your school see the amazing things you are using technology to do in your school. That will make them personal. But when you check this video on your WhatsApp group, you know what will happen? They will share it with their status, share it with their friends, to just show them. Because we always want to show ourselves. We want to show ourselves that we are the one that we are doing the biggest thing in our school. Okay, so while you're doing all these things, don't do it in isolation. Okay, don't do it in your closed door. Be visible about it. Okay, very, very important. Be visible about it. Let people see what you're doing. But you do all these things. This is what's going to lead to automatic school growth, because people are going to say it. They're going to become personal ambassador. They're going to become a paid advertiser and marketer. You're going to talk about your school. And since you are satisfying your existing customer already, they will be the one that will bring in new customer for you. In the next session, we're going to be looking at strategic school, a school, not just a school marketer, a school leader coach, someone that coaches schools on how to do all these things. We're going to be having having her here. She's a school business coach that only trains schools on how to establish and growing school business. So she's here with us now. And in a few minutes, we're going to be having her on stage. But if you have any questions to ask on this session, student centered technology integration, leveraging digital tools to enhance learning and growth. Please drop a question and let me know. Do you get value from this? Let me know, please. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate your presence. Let me know. Do you have any question you'd like to ask? Okay. Okay, thank you so much. If you can hear me, if you add everything, if you get value, let me see your feedback in the comment section. Thank you so much for joining. So the next session is going to be on strategic marketing and branding, positioning your school for growth and success. Okay, you can't afford to miss this. Okay, our speaker is here with us already. Just need to bring her up. But while we are waiting for that, please let me know what key takeaway do you have from this session? Do you have any question you would like to ask? Okay. Okay, I can see I got value. I can see. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's keep the comments coming. Let's keep the comments coming. Our second speaker is ready for us. I hope you are ready. If you're ready, let me comment. I am ready. Comment. I'm ready. Do you have any question? If you have any question, please comment here now so that I can quickly answer before we bring up our next speaker. And branding, positioning your school for growth and success. Okay. So, and our speaker is none other than Coach Bella Marshall. Okay. So, do you have any question? Do you have any question? Okay. Thank you so much. I can see I got value. I can see I got value. Thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you so much. I can see that we are here. Thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your feedback. Okay, our speaker is ready for us and he's going to be coming up immediately now. I'm just going to read out our profile so that we can get to know our speaker further, better rather. So, Coach Bella Marshall is the co-founder of Marshall International Academy. She's an educational consultant and a growth strategist, a trained business consultant and analyst. She's the founder at the School Biz Academy. She's the national coordinator at Center for Teachers and Development and Training. Over the last several years, she has worked with school owners to transform their school into a profitable venture as well as grow their population. She's an administrator par excellence and an edu coach. So can you all hear? Okay, thank you. Okay, so you have been added. So please unmute your mic. Okay, if you can hear
Okay,
me,
can you
please
hear
unmute
me?
your mic. Yes, I can hear you. We are
Okay.
live, man.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, man. So you can go ahead. I'm just going to be at the backstage.
Oh, okay. I'm on now, right?
You're on, you're live. You can hear you. Please, if you can hear her,
Okay.
please comment. I can hear you. Let's welcome our speaker, please.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited to be a part of this weekend learning. I hope you're all doing well. I want to believe that This is a conference for school leaders, and I know we have school leaders here. It's my pleasure to be a part of this conference. Thank you, Teacher Abdul, for having me here. Thank you for seeing me worthy of sharing my knowledge as regards school growth and school management. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Okay, so I'm meant to talk about strategic marketing, positioning your school for growth. When we talk about strategic marketing, first of all, um, a lot of school owners believe that you don't have to do marketing for school. A lot of school owners don't believe in marketing, school marketing. So they think it is your work that speaks for you. You don't have to do extra effort pushing your work out there for people, for your prospective parents to hear, to see. So when we talk about marketing in school business, some school owners, just feel laissez-faire about it. They don't put their best foot forward about marketing. They don't seem to put in their best as regards marketing their school because they don't believe in it. The truth of the matter is that school is a business. No matter how much you look, no matter how you look at it, it's a business. And as a business, you have to treat it as one. And as a business, you have to also market everything that you're expected to do in your business. In every other business, you're expected to do it in school business. Marketing is one of them. No matter how you look at it, school needs marketing. And there are different marketing strategies that you can deploy in your school, depending on the one that will work for your school. Not every marketing not every marketing plan will work for every school. So you have to identify one that will work for your school and then deploy it for your school. So when we talk about strategic marketing, it's all about intentional marketing. Marketing that you sit yourself down, have a meeting with yourself first before having a meeting with your team. Sit yourself down and think about what you desire for your school. Think about what you need for your school. It is when you're able to have these thoughts, put these thoughts down, that you're able to put pen down on what to do to get that desire. You see, so if you're looking to have good teachers in your school, it's not just enough for you to desire, it's not just enough for you to to desire it, think about it, but you need to sit down and plan how you can have good teachers in your school. If you're looking to increase the population of children in your school, you have to sit yourself down and plan what can I do to increase the population of children in my school. How can I go about this action to increase the population in my school? So strategic marketing is all about intentional marketing, where you have to sit down and plan, where you have to consider several things that will make your marketing work for you, that will make your plan work for you. Okay, so when we talk about strategic marketing, there are several things you have to put into consideration. You have to consider the environment where you are. You have to consider the people in the environment where you are. You have to consider what the people want to hear, what the people want to see about your school. There is a place of what you want people to see about, what you want people to talk about your school, what you want people to see about your school. But there's also a place of what people want to see, people want to hear. Your prospect, I'm talking about, want to hear. Take, for example, you want to see your school as the school that is best in sports, or the school that is best in science, or the school that is best in literacy. Okay, maybe you have a training in sports and you just feel, okay, I want to position my school to be the best school when you talk about sports. When you attend competition with other schools, you want your schools to be the school that will be winning competition, to be the talk of the town about being the best in sports. Okay, but the truth of the matter is that if you look at the community where your school is resident and you have parents who don't care about sports, it's going to be a difficult thing for you to do. So first of all, you have to consider what people in your environment and the people in your environment, what they want to see, what they want to hear, what are their demands first. You have to consider that. Then when you bring them into your system, you can now consider to upsell what you desire, your unique selling points to them. You understand? So I'm going to be sharing a few strategies that you have to look out for, or you have to consider when you are planning a marketing game or a marketing structure for your school. The first thing you need to consider is your ideal customers. Now, if you have in your school, maybe you have in your school Ivy League parents, or parents that are high earning parents, parents that are highly learned. If you have such kind of parents in your school and you are okay with those kind of parents and you're looking to target such kind of parents in your next marketing plan, then you have to consider what they like or how you can get to them when it comes to marketing. Okay, so let me give you an example. I talked about high earning parents, parents that are highly learned. Most of those kind of parents, you can't get them through flyers. So you print flyers and you're walking on the street, you want to share the flyers with the intention of attracting high earning parents, with the intention of attracting I'm trying to get the word now. I have another word I'm trying to remember to describe this high earning parents. They might not be able to appreciate your flyer. They might not even be able to see it because they might not be on the streets to see your flyers. And even if they happen to coincidentally be on the street at the point of you sharing the flyers, they might not appreciate that. So those kind of parents will have a way of consuming information. Those kind of high earning parents will be consuming information. If it's on social media, they'll be consuming information through LinkedIn or through their emails. So those kind of parents, you flyers, they see flyers, they will not appreciate, they will not even read what is on the flyer. So you need to understand, you need to know your ideal customers and know how to channel your marketing communication to them. Okay, so you have another example is that you have maybe parents that are doing, I call it table business. Okay, buying and selling kind of business. You have those kind of parents in your school and you want to start selling, maybe you want to start asking them for their email. And then maybe peradventure, you have them maybe they have an email and you decide to market your school via emails to them. They won't read your emails. Some of them might even give you emails that are not theirs. Maybe they are family members who are tech savvy. They will give you their emails and you decide you're going to market your school via email. They won't see your they won't see your, they won't see your marketing plan. They won't even see it. So you need to understand the kind of parents you have in your school, the parent that you are serving, you're satisfying. Those are the kind of parents that you have to attract, that you have to prospect. So if you have parents that are just petty traders, how were you able to attract them? How were you able to attract them? So deploy that tactics that you use to attract those petty traders to attract more petty traders in your school. Okay, you have high earning parents, high learned parents. How were you able to attract them in your school? How were you able to communicate information to them in a way that they appreciated? That's the strategy, marketing strategy that you have to deploy to get their lookalike, in your new marketing goal, in your new marketing plan. So understand your ideal customers. Now you might ask me, how do I know my ideal customers? You have to know the kind of customers that you are ready to serve. Let me go back to when I said you have what you want your school to be known for. Now, if you have what you want your school to be known for, you have to profile parents who will appreciate exactly what you want your school to be known for. Let me give you an example. The same example of petty traders in your school. You have parents who are petty traders, parents who just feel, let my child just go to school, learn, by 2 o'clock, I want my child to come back home and join me in my petty trading business. And now you are marketing to parents, or your selling point to the parents is that you do after school lesson. And then let's say, for example, school closes around 2 o'clock, and then your after school starts like 2:30, and you're closing your after school 4 o'clock. Such kind of parent will not appreciate that selling point that you feel is a selling point for your school, because the parent don't appreciate. The parent want the child to just go to school, learn, and come back and join me in my business. Imagine that kind of that parent, the business, that table business that the parent is doing, picks up around 3 o'clock, 3 to 5 o'clock, and then you're telling the parent that the school is going to close around 4 o'clock, and maybe by the time the child finishes what he or she is doing in the school and gets to the mom's or father's business place, is already 4:30. That is half the time of that parent's peak period of selling. So that parents will not appreciate your saying, we are known, our extramural classes, this, and this, our teachers do this during extramural. The parents will not appreciate. So you need to profile the parents you have in your school, so that you will understand their demands, you will understand their expectations, and so you are able to even channel your marketing strategies in a way that in a way that it will get to them and they will appreciate it. You understand? So that is that. Understand your ideal parents, the parents who you know that your services, they will appreciate your services, the parent that you know you can serve, the parent that you know you can satisfy, the parent that you know that what you're doing in your school they will appreciate. Let me give you another example. Imagine that you have parents in your school Okay, I think I'm back. Let me know if you can hear me. Hmm. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, so let's go on. So like I said, the first thing is for you to know you the person that is serving school, the parents that you know that appreciate the services. So how do you parent? This is what you give. You are able, willing, and then other services. Those are ideal parents. Now, the next thing you need to do know if you can.
Hello, it seems our speaker is having network challenges, so let's just please wait a bit. She's going to join us very soon. Very sure she's working on it from her end. So please just stay put and she's going to be back with us very soon. Okay, so let me know, have you been learning so far? So let me make the surprise for her before she come back. What have you been learning about school marketing, strategy marketing since? Just take a moment to drop something. And if you don't have your notes, you don't have a pen and paper or pen and book with you to record things you are learning from here, then you are wrong. Go. Please get a pen and book to jot down things, key points that the speakers are going to be dropping from the speakers session. So why she get back to us, let's quickly do that exercise. First, where are you joining from? I'm joining from Jebu, Ogun State. Where are you joining from? Let me know, just comment. I am joining from so state. Just comment that, and then I want to tell me something that you have gained from our session so far. Something I've gained from our session so far. She's going to join us in a bit. You just need to be patient a bit. The network can be frustrating sometimes. So I'm waiting. Where are you joining the bootcamp from? Hello? Where are you joining the bootcamp from? So just drop it. I'm joining from Lagos State. I'm joining from Ogun State. I'm joining from Abuja. I'm joining from River State. Just drop it. She's going to join us very soon. Okay, while she does that, drop your location. Let's know where you're joining from. And equally important, let us know what you have learned from our session so far. Let's know what you have learned from our. Okay, I can see Kwara State. That's great. I can say that. Okay, where are every other person joining from? Where are you joining from? Be proud of your state. Be proud of where you're joining from. Drop it, drop it, drop it. Drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments. Let's wait for her. She's going to be with us shortly. Very sure she's working on it. Jenny from Kano State, she has learned how to engage my learners in technology, also how to use what my ideal customer want and leverage on it to market my school. This is so great. So what is simply so your customer, what you want to give them, you have to give them based on their need. And you have to start by identifying what they need or what they want. You just go ahead and go and impose anything on them. Carry out survey. What do they want? That's part of getting feedback that I explained earlier. What do they want? What improvement do they want? Then you satisfy their wants, okay, and their needs too. All right. So where are you joining from? So Ms. Kaini is joining from Kano State. Learn how to engage our learners using technology and also how to use our ideas, what our ideal customer wants, and leverage it to market a school. Okay, I can say this is uh, Oduladi here. You can hear she can hear us. Can you hear me, mother? So let me know what have you learned so far. Where are you joining from? Where are you joining from? Let's keep this buzzing. I know she's quite a bit. And she'll join us very soon. But why she joined us? Where we are joining from and drop what you have learned so far. Don't just be a statistic. Don't just be a number on the screen. Let's show us that you are here. Show us you are here. Let us know you are here. Very, very important. Show us you are here. Let's know you are here. Excuse me. I'm really dealing with severe catarrh. In fact, I'm battling with a lot, but we have to get this done. Okay, I hope you can all still hear me. So it seems we don't want to tell us where we're joining from. Let's know where you're joining from. Okay, I've seen someone should learn how she can be intentional about marketing. That's great. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. And another thing, I know we are all school leaders here, so I'm giving you a chance to promote your school here. Do you know the number of people that are going to watch the replay of this? Okay, so comment the name of your school put the name of your school in the comment section. Be proud of your school. Put the name of your school in the comment section. Okay, so that this is the question. So how best can we market the petty traders? So just wait for our speaker to come back to answer this. So you're joining from Lagos. That's so great. So I've seen someone joining from Lagos, someone joining from Kano State, someone joining from Kwara State. So you have seen Southwest, you have seen Northwest. Yeah, I think Northwest is Kano is Northwest, right? Anybody joining from Abuja, anybody from joining from yes, anybody joining from what I call them joining from Southeast,
Okay, sorry about that glitch from the apology. Let me know if you can let me know. Okay, so on so the internet don't disgrace us again. All right. Now the second for you to understand your place when it comes to when you understand of your school environment, on advantages your school have the over around. Okay, that's the essence of doing.
Hello, I'm so sorry about this. She's back, but I think the network kick her out again. So like keep it coming. I'm putting you the name of your school out here. So this is a marketing strategy on its own. So anybody that watched the replay of this now is going to see the name of this school. And guess what she had? She said ECC and International School, one of the best missionary schools in Kano State. What this means is that anybody that come across this video, whether the person is a parent or a school leader and just saw this and already know that already have the school in mind. Okay, so I want to give you free marketing, but then you don't want it. Only two schools have put down the name of their school. So we have 12 schools in Ilori. So if you're a parent and you just come across this and you are in Ilori, this is a school for you to consider. Okay, we have 12 schools and we have ECCN International School, one of the best missionary schools in Kano State. Okay, so I'm still expecting more into school. So I learned that there are different types of customers and the styles of marketing diverse. Marketing them diverse. Okay, I can see people are joining from Lagos. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Our speaker is going to join us soon. Okay, I hope you can all still hear me. Okay. All right, I can see. Then I let scratch them from Christ the Redeemer School. Shoki. We have another school near me here. Wow, this network is really something else. Very sure our speaker is up and doing, trying to get back here. So please let's keep him patient. Okay. Ooh, our speaker is get ready to be back. She's having some network issues and she will join us very soon. Okay. So our speaker is back now. So you're welcome, ma. So sorry about that. So sorry. So you can just go ahead, ma.
Okay, I sincerely apologize. Please, it's the Nigerian network. Okay, so I was trying to say the second point is for you to do a competitive analysis. Now, when I say competitive analysis, I don't expect you to go and wear the competition jacket, trying to overdo your neighboring school or your competitor school. So when I say competitive analysis, it is in the positive, in the sense that you should be able to take a data of what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, comparing to other schools in the neighborhood. So if you say you desire population growth and you're not having that population growth, and you have a school that you see they are having exactly what you desire, they're having population growth, there's nothing wrong for you to say, what am I doing wrong that is making me not to get the desired growth that I'm looking for? What are they doing right that is making them have the population growth that they are having? Another thing, another way of competitive analysis is also to put your model school pari passu your school. I know that you have a school that you're looking up to. Somebody once told me, said, no matter how big your school is, there is a school that is bigger than your own. And no matter how small you think your school is, there is a school that is looking up to you to be like you. So no matter the level where you are, there is always a model school. Even the Ivy League schools in Nigeria have a model school they're looking up to. Just that the model schools might not be the role model, I mean to say, the role model school might not be Nigerian schools, but the truth of the matter is that at every point in time, any level where you find yourself, there's always someone you're looking up to. There's always a business that you're looking up to. So in terms of school and in terms of doing a competitive analysis, there is nothing wrong in you putting your role model school pari passu your school and say, why am I even looking up to them? What are they doing right that is making them be my role model school? And then for the ones that are at your level, why are people not coming to my school? Why are people going to their school? And it might not necessarily be based on the fact that they are doing better than you. It could just be, take for example, you have 100 children in your school, and the school beside you that you're calling your competitor school also has 100 children in their school. There's also still nothing wrong in you doing competitive analysis. It could just be the reason why you're calling them your competitor might not be that they have more number than you. It might just be that you're sharing the same uniform. Maybe your school is green and yellow, and their uniform is also green and yellow. So just that metrics alone in your head, you're seeing them as your competitor. It's okay, but you need to do a competitive analysis. Why what are they doing that are better than, what are they doing to be where they are? What are they doing better than what you're doing? Competitive analysis is for you to understand the level of your school, the state where your school is at, and what you can do better. So in doing competitive analysis, get your role model school and get your competitor school. Check what they are doing. This ones, check what they are doing that you look up to them to do. The ones down, check what they are doing right that makes them comfortable at the level where they are. Check what they are doing that is making them pursue you as also their competitor, because The same way you're calling them your competitor, they could also be seeing you as their competitor. So take your time and do a competitive analysis. It will give you a clearer understanding of what you're not doing right to attract your prospect. Let me give you an example. Most parents in your school to be reverend fathers, or you want most parents in your school to be pastors, and you have a particular school that they have 70 to 80% of their parents as pastors. What is wrong in you doing an analysis of what they did to get all pastors and all reverend fathers in their school? Those are your prospective parents. Those are the prospects that you're looking for. So do a competitive analysis. How did they get all reverends in their school? Meanwhile, you're here suffering to get one or two reverends in your school. I'm just using that as an example of why and how you can do a competitive analysis. Now, the next thing you need to do is to do a SWOT. I'm not going to set a SMART goal. Okay, when I say SMART goal, you know what that means. Your goals has to be measurable. It has to be achievable. You have to have a yardstick to measure if you have achieved your goal or not. Okay, you have to have a yardstick. Don't just set goals. Set SMART goals. Okay, it has to be realistic and it has to be time bound. You tell yourself, in September, I want to have 100 more students in my school. That is not a SMART goal. A SMART goal is by the third week of resumption in September, or by the end of September, I want to have 100 children in my school. That's a SMART goal. By the third week of September, I want to have 100 children in my school. I want 50 of them to be early years. I want 20 of them to be primary. I want 30 of them to be secondary. That is a SMART goal. You have to break it down to be to the lowest realistic point. It is when you're able to break them down to the lowest realistic point that you are able to put action to them. If you just say, I want to have 100 children in my school by September, or by first term, that's even too vague, too open. You just be doing everything that comes to your mind. Flyer will come, you print flyer. Billboard will come, you print billboard. Roadshow will come, you print. As in every marketing, no. So it is when you set a SMART goal, make it realistic, make it achievable, make it time bound, have a yardstick to measure it. So you say 100. Don't just say, I want to grow my population by September. What is the number that you're looking at? Set a target to your growth. And in that target, split it down. You're running nursery, you're running primary, you're running secondary, you're running daycare. Split it. You want 10 students, split the 10 students across the different levels that you want to achieve in your school. That is how to make that's how to set a SMART goal. Okay. And to attach to that SMART goal, you also need to do a SWOT analysis on your school. When I say SWOT analysis, some school owners will be like, SWOT again. Yes, you have to do SWOT analysis on your school, because your SWOT will help you understand your strengths and your weaknesses, understand your threats. Because if you have your threats in front of you, you will know how to mitigate it. But if you have your strength in front of you, you will know how to elaborate your strength to use it to your own advantage. Imagine that you have done a SWOT and you realize, wow, I used to think that we are good in sciences. Now I know that we are not even anywhere in sciences. Our strength is literacy. Maybe you are a science person and you feel okay in your head, you're like, we are good in science, you're good in science. But by the time you're able to do your SWOT, maybe the aspect of the teachers, you find out that you have half of your teachers good in literacy. That means your strength lies in literacy. How can you use that strength, your literacy strength, to project your school? That means you have to now expand your literacy curriculum. You have to expand your literacy scheme in such a way that it will be learner centered. It will be activity based, in the sense that you will have what to give out to the parents as regards literacy learning in your school, because that is your area of strength. You see, so it is very important that you do SWOT. The reason why, one of the reasons why I encourage for you to do SWOT is for you to take advantage of your strength. Don't go and be drooling on your weaknesses. No, your weakness is for you to see, oh, this is where I am not doing well. What am I supposed to do there? Do better in the areas where you're doing well. Shut up the places that you're not doing well and move on to the places that you're doing well. I'm going to be rushing this because the poor internet the other time took almost 10 minutes of my time. The next thing you need to do is content marketing. Content marketing, people think is just for influencers, people that are selling hair, people that are selling makeup, people that are selling fashion accessories. Even as a school owner, you can do content marketing. What do I mean by content marketing? Every positive thing that happens in your school is a content for you to push out there for your prospects to see. Okay, you're good in literacy. When your children go for literacy competition or spelling bee competition, video them. Use that to push out to the social media so that your prospective parents will see and be attracted to your school. Content marketing, tell your story. What is the story of your school? What were the challenges you faced? How were you able to jump and pass those challenges? How were you able to get to the level where you are, that you are comfortable? Even if you have not gotten to the level where you're looking at least there is an advantage at the level where you are. How are you able to get to this level where you are? What are the advantages that are bound at this level where you are? And how can you push these advantages to the parents? Tell the story of your progress. Tell the story of your journey. Parents love to hear those stories. That when you started with 7 children. I was talking with a school owner a few days ago. She said there was a time she did 4 children. When she started the college, she had 4 children the whole of the session, and she was able to hold for it. It wasn't easy emotionally, psychologically, and financially for her, but she was able to stay. Today, I think this was two sessions ago. The second session, she was able to grow up to 20, from 4 to 20. This session now, she has about 35 children. Imagine she tells the story of the pain she went through when she had only 4 children. Imagine she tells the story of the joy that came into her mind when they graduated from 4 to 20 or to 25. Parents will see the progress in the story. And mind you, when you're telling that story, you're telling the story in a progressive manner. You're telling the story for them to see your journey, the progress. So you expect the prospects to also align with the story of your progression, so that they will be attracted to your school. Another way of content marketing is for you to do alumni story. I project alumni story very well. The children that have been in your store, this one is is advantageous to people that are running. Let's take, for example, you're doing primary, you're not doing secondary. So you now have your children in other secondary school. There is nothing wrong in going to that school to call the children, let them tell the story of their primary experience. Or you're doing secondary and your children are moving to university. From the university, you get them to come and tell the story of their secondary experience with you. Alumni story, alumni spotlight is a marketing strategy that you can deploy to attract prospective parents from your school. Remember, we are talking about strategic marketing, intentional marketing, marketing that you want to do so that you can get results, marketing that you sit yourself down and plan it and follow through, and even put a benchmark on how you can assess your progress. You understand? So alumni spotlight is another marketing strategy that you can deploy. Now, this is my advice to I want to drop. It just popped up in my head. Let me say it before I forget. Do not do omni-channel marketing. As much as I criticize doing everything, you do flyer, you do social media, you do voice note, you do video, you do billboard, you do everything, you do roadshow. As much as I criticize doing everything, but don't do one. There is no way by the time you're able to do your school profiling, by the time you're able to do a SWOT on your school, and by the time you're able to do your customer analysis, your ideal customer analysis, you will be able to know at least 2 different marketing streams that you can use for your school. Okay. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against flyer. If flyer is working for you, strategically do it well. If you print flyer, go and look for the parents that will appreciate flyer where they are and share. Plan on when to share the flyer. The day you want to share the flyer, the time of the day to share the flyer. Remember, we are talking about strategic marketing. Don't just print flyer and keep, and then give you, maybe every Friday you give your teachers. As you're going home, please share it. A lot of school owners make that mistake. Be strategic with your flyer distribution. Look for your presence. Remember, the first thing I said you have to do is to know your ideal customer. Create your customer avatar. Describe your parents. Know who your parents are. If you're able to describe them, part of the description that you will get is where to find them. So when you're doing marketing, where are they? Are they in their churches? Are they in their offices? Are they in the shopping mall? Are they on the street? Are they in the marketplace? Okay, when you're able to profile your parents, you'll be able to, part of the profile is where you will find them so that you carry your marketing activity to them. Even social media, your parents will not be all over the social media. Now, let me tell you, let me go back a bit. If you profile your parents, you'll be able to know the social media where you can find them. Let me give you an example. If you profile your parents in your school, and you find out that you have the parents in your school are between 25 and 35 years old, chances will have it that you would see them on TikTok and uh, uh, Instagram. If you profile your parents and you have larger percentage of your parents between 35 and 40, 50, you will see them on Facebook. A little part of them, a little part of them on Instagram, a little part of them on LinkedIn. But if you have your parents above 50, you are likely to have them on LinkedIn or in their email, a little percentage of them on Facebook. You see what I mean? When I say profile your parent, know your ideal parent. Profile them so that you know the social media where to see them. If you have Gen Z parents between 20 to 35 or 25 to 35, largely as part of your parent, then you tell yourself in your marketing, you'll be doing a lot of TikTok videos for marketing because that's the kind of thing they will appreciate on social media. Do you understand? If you're doing if you have parents that are above 45, between 45 and 50, you might have to carry your marketing strategy straight to their email because those are serious people that are always busy with their work, and the only distraction they will face is distraction that comes to the email. They don't have time to sit on Facebook or sit on TikTok and watch video and laugh. Once in a while, they can do it to relieve stress. But you don't have to wait until that once in a while when they will relieve stress to see your marketing item, to see your marketing communication. No. So you have to plan your marketing in such a way that you go and meet your ideal parents, ideal customer, prospective parents at the point where they will see your marketing communication. You understand? Now, another thing, the final thing I want to share with you is for you to do data driven marketing. Now, when I say data driven marketing, is I have told you about profiling your customer, knowing your ideal parents, profile them. I've told you about doing competitive analysis. I've told you about doing SWOT. I've told you all of these three things will make you collate data. They are all data oriented activity, data oriented action. By the time you are able to collate data on your ideal ideal parents, you'll be able to do marketing based on these specific target people. You cannot have parents who are market people, market women and market men selling on the streets of your school, on the streets of your school, and you sit down on your computer and you're typing email that you're going to send to their email. They will not read your email. So my point in data-driven marketing is for you to make use of the data that you have gathered. Don't just gather data and use it. I'm huge on data, and people in my coaching community, I tell them from time to time we gather data. Any any idea that pops up in our mind before we are able to implement, I tell them, let's gather data on this so that you can work with data. Data driven action is very, very, very effective, especially when it's data driven marketing. Okay, you now say, okay, let's say in your community, everybody in your community are all maybe they don't do work within your school community. Their work is outside your school community, but they attend a church that is around your school community, or most of them attend a church that is in your community, or maybe most of them attend a particular church. That's the language I'm supposed to say. Okay, let me rephrase. Let's say the community where your school resides, or the community where you're taking your marketing to, their work is not around your school environment. Okay, let's say you are living in Ajegunle and all your parents are working on the island, and you don't have strategy to take marketing to the island, but there is a Catholic church that all of them, 80% or 90% or even 70% of them attend. Take your marketing to that Catholic church. because you don't have means to go and meet them on the island. And you may not have their email to send them email. So what will you do? Another means to find out where else to meet them. If you cannot meet them in their email, meet them physically in the church. Do you understand? So that's why I said do a data-driven marketing. See, no matter how lame you think it sounds or you think it might look, as long as you're working on the data that you have gathered, it will give you result. That is strategic marketing. So in summary, strategic marketing is all about being intentional about your marketing plan, being intentional about your marketing activities, being intentional about the personnel that you're deploying for the marketing. Don't always only use your teachers for marketing. Sometimes you need to deploy the services of an official marketing firm. That is why people pay people now to help them set up their adverts on Facebook, on social media. If you sit down on your own, you might be able to do it, but it will take you plenty headache, plenty time before you're able to do it. So instead of you wasting time gathering headache, paying plenty subscription, maybe you recharge 5,000 naira data and then 2-3 days it finishes and you're not able to. That's why you see people engaging the services of social media marketers, people that will set up their Facebook and Instagram and Twitter marketing for them. The same way in physical marketing. If you know that you cannot get result from your teachers, you know you cannot wear your slippers and hit the street and be sharing the flyers and be dancing on road activation by yourself, deploy the services of official marketing firm to do it for you. Part of what this official marketing firm would do is to analyze your customers, and they will be able to advise you the marketing strategy to deploy so that you can attract the ideal customer that you're looking for. You can attract the prospect, the ideal prospective parent that you're looking for. Okay, so in summary, it's about being intentional about your marketing. It's about part of being intentional is for you to see the big picture. I want 100 children. You envision the 100 children. As you're envisioning 100 children in September, you're envisioning how to get the 100 children. You're envisioning what are the classes where these 100 children will fit in. All of this visioning will help you put action into pen or action into your legs. No, put ideas, pen down your ideas and put action to it, so that you by that September you will have the goal that you have your goals achieved. So don't forget, set smart goal. Be specific about your goal. Be intentional about measuring your goal. I want population growth by September. How are you going to measure it? Now let me go back a bit. Sorry, I said it lastly. In measuring your goal, I gave example of saying I want 100. You tell yourself the goal is to get 100 children by September. Even if you're not able to get that 100 children by September, how are you able to measure that you did good job? Let's say you said you want 100 and at the end of the day you got 70. How are you going to measure that even that 70 that you got is a good job that you have done? Are you going to measure it by the number of flyers you shared? Are you going to measure it by the number of callback that you got after sharing your flyers? Are you going to measure it by the number of physical visits that you have in the school? Are you going to measure it by the number of registration that eventually happened? Your target is 100. You tell yourself, okay, my target is 100. If I'm able to get 70 parents that walked into the school to make inquiries based on this marketing plan that I pushed out, then you tell yourself, I did well. I may not have gotten 100, but 70 people, 70 parents walked in based on this banner that I put somewhere, based on this social media advert that I did, or based on this billboard that I put at the express, or based on these flyers that I printed. I got 70 parents that walked into the school to ask. Out of that 70 parents, about 40 of them registered. That is a good result. I'm saying this based on the fact that, based on if that is your the yardstick for measuring your success. Okay, don't forget to make your goal realistic. If you're in a place where you have, maybe your street is about 100 houses, from the beginning of your street to the last house in your street is about 100 houses, and then in that 100 houses you're having about 6 schools, and in that 6 schools, each of the schools don't have children more than 50. This one have 35, this one have 50, this one have 80, this one have 120, and you're telling yourself Your own is 30, and you're telling yourself, I'm going to, my goal for September is to have 200 children. Don't shoot yourself in the leg. Set realistic goals. How are you going to get 200 children? Do you have what it takes to do the marketing that will bring 200 children to your school? So be realistic when you're setting your goal and have a timeline for it. The fact that September is a new session, you shouldn't make it an open-ended goal. By new session, I want 100 children. No, be specific. By the end of September, by the third week of resumption, or by the end of first term, be specific on the time that you want to evaluate the journey of this your growth. Okay, so generally intentional marketing is for you to, strategic marketing is for you to be intentional with your planning, be focused, and target the people that are the real parents that you want in your school and that will appreciate the services that you're rendering as a result of your unique selling point. Okay, that is all for now. I hope you have gained value. I hope you're able to pick one or two things on strategic marketing, how to position your school for growth in the coming session. If you have any question, I'll be here to take your questions. Thank you very much. I hand over to Abdul for the rest of the session. Oh, are you there? I'm ready to take questions. If you have any questions, please drop, or maybe you want to collate the questions, and I don't know. I hand over to you. It's up to you. Teacher Abdul, over to you. Are you there?
Ouch.
Okay. Are you there? I hand over to you. I'm ready to take questions, if there's any.
Yeah, can you hear me? I hope you can hear me
Yes, I
too.
can. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so very much. This is so amazing. This is so educative. I hope that the schoolers, everybody here has learned a lot about intentional marketing. So I hope everything you have learned today now, the things that when you implement it, it's going to lead to your school growth in the next session. So please don't joke with anything that has been shared here. Make sure you document it. If you join late, the replay is going to be up on YouTube. Watch the replay again. Action plan. Set your smart goals. Envision. Envision how many number of students do you want to get and make it happen. Okay. So I see a question here.
Okay.
If a school has more than one unique selling points, can we use all of them? If a school have more than one unique selling point, can we use all of them?
Okay. It depends. More than one. You are free to take as much as three, but not more than three. So if you can shoot up to three, use all of them. Use all the three. But when it's more than three, it might be too much. It might be all over the place. Why I say three is that if you pick three and you check the three, you will see that they will be related, they will be intertwined. Okay. So just to answer you directly, don't use more than three. Don't use more than three. Don't target your marketing on more than three unique selling points. That's for marketing. But if you're projecting your school, if you're pushing out your school just for publicity's sake, of course, roll out to all your unique selling points. You are best in literacy, you're best in sport, your teachers are all mothers of twin, your male teachers are all pastors, all your teachers have big head, or whatever you think is your unique selling point. As a matter of advertisement, roll out all of them. But when it comes to using them, deploying them for marketing to attract prospective parents, pick the three that are intertwined together and project those ones in your marketing material.
All right, thank
I'm
you so
still
much.
okay.
We have another question here. Okay, the question has actually been posted since. And the question
Okay.
is, how best can we market the petty traders? I don't know if you have later speak to this.
Okay. Don't let me give you marketing strategy for a particular crowd, for a particular yeah, for a particular customer. No. But left for me, if you're pinning me to the wall to say something. Petty traders, what will attract them is a roadshow. That's what I think. What will attract them is a roadshow because they are on the streets. So when you bring your road activation and you're singing and you're dancing, they will dance along with you. They will like what you're doing. Under normal circumstances, they don't see that kind of thing on a regular basis. They face their table business, they face their business. Okay, so imagine in the midst of the heat sun that they are feeling, or maybe the rain that they are feeling, customer pushing them left and they're running left and right to collect change and all of that, and then they hear bong ting and they're like, okay, and the music is something they like, they'll be dancing and they'll be selling, and by the time you're getting close to them, they'll be interested. Okay, who are these people? Then you are able to market to them. For me, petty traders, you can use road activation, road shows for them. And then when you get there, you can now stop and now do like a verbal communication. I know that when people do road activation, road shows, they want to the easiest thing for them to do is just to share flyers. For petty traders, they might not look at your flyers. If you get to their point, you have to tell them who you are. You have to go to them cheerfully, playfully, and dancefully talk to them about your school, why your music is playing. It's okay if you want to go with flyers, but don't expect that they will read the flyers. So for those kind of people, if you want to go with flyers, what should be bold in the flyer is your contact. So whatever message you have on the flyer should be small. So the three things that should be bold on your flyer should be the name of your school, the address, the picture you want to use, whether it's the picture of the learners or the picture of your building. Then the next bold thing should be your contact number. Some of those your unique selling points, your what they know you for, remove all of those things. Remove them. I'm talking about if you're using flyer to do road activation for petty traders or market people. So project the name of your school and the name of your school, image of your school, and then your contact number. That is my advice. But then still profile your parents, profile your community to know what is good for them. But this is what I advise for petty traders and market people.
Wow, this is so amazing. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much, Mrs. Although they asked the question why you are off, when the question has been answered now. So thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I know what it takes for you to be here. I know what the sacrifices it takes to be here. Thank you so much uh
Appreciate it. Thanks for
for
having
being
me.
here. Thank you so much for all the sacrifice. Thank you so much for keeping to this, even when it is
Right.
not easy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't take it for granted, ma. Thank you so very much, ma. I
Appreciate
really
it.
appreciate, ma. Thank you, ma.
God bless. God
Let's
bless.
appreciate
Nice
our
having you.
speaker. Let's appreciate our speaker. Appreciate thank
Okay.
you so much.
All
We
right.
have our third speaker for this morning session including now. Thank you so much, ma. So our next speaker is ready for us. Yes, our next speaker is ready for us. I'm going to add her to the stream now so that we can go into it because of our time. Okay, so we're going to be having Mrs. Adiola Onosaya. She's going to be our next speaker and she's going to be speaking on student-centered school growth, leveraging student-centered initiative to boost enrollment and retention. So just does like a keynote session because this is just like speaking to our team itself. The theme of the event itself is student-centered school growth. Okay, and she's going to be speaking on that with the subtopic of leveraging student-centered initiative to boost enrollment and retention. Right? Please let's welcome our speaker as I read out our profile. Okay, I'm just going to read out her profile now. So, Mrs. Adiola Onosoya is the lead consultant at Speakers Edge Educational Consults Limited and also the convener of Royal Diadem International, a non-denominational women's ministry through which lives are touched. She's a bespoke personality, educator, writer, music person, and a serial entertainer. She has the passion to work as an empathy coach. As a writer, she writes to educate, inform, enlighten, and encourage the discouraged. She also trains others on how to be better writers. She was awarded Seasoned Writer of the Year by Coach Gbemi and her board of directors in the year 2023. As a frenetic speech trainer and instructor, she teaches in schools all over Lagos environments and organizations too. She teaches others to be a better speaker of the English language like royalty with confidence to make a positive impact, influence, and more income. Her love for personal development made her a graduate of Mogi, a school that prepared her to be a global brand and be much more creative. She's a certified Microsoft
Hello.
Adiola Onosoya. I should take us through student sentiment and retention. Thank you so much for being part of this. You are highly welcome, ma. Thank you so much. You can take the floor, ma.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. The network is doing somehow, but I will manage to give out all the best that I can give today. Thank you so very much, Coach Abdul Salam. I
Appreciate you
appreciate
so
you so
much.
much. I'm
I'm
not
not
taking
taking
this
this
also.
also.
Wow,
Wow,
it's as
it's
if
as
I'm
if
hearing my voice, the echo. Is that how it is there, Coach?
Yes, but I've worked on it now. You should work well now.
Okay, okay. I appreciate you also for deeming it fit to give me this opportunity to give my best. I'm still hearing my voice back, but I think I
Oh,
can manage it than it was before. And I appreciate Mr. Abdurrahman
okay.
because,
Oh, my.
hello, also.
Yes, I'm with you. Once I meet
Okay,
myself now, is going to.
okay. So thank you. I will be speaking on student centered education for school growth and retention. We all know that the ability for school to grow has to be because of our learners. There is nothing we want to do as a school owner that doesn't come back to how we impacted our learners. The effort of on our learners as a school is the one that we show forth to the whole world that we have done something great. So, what do we now mean by student centered education? Now, student centered education is the ability for, excuse me, I'm not finding this funny. The echo, is it from my end?
Yes, the echo is actually from you. I've tried to work on it. Yes. The thing is, I think you join with two devices. Okay, let me do
Ah,
this.
no, I'm only using one.
Let's okay, so please go on. Is it stay standing? Is it still echoing? Are you still having the feedback?
Uh, okay. I think it has stopped. I'm not more
Okay.
hearing any echo. But can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Right. Okay. Let me continue. So, student-centered education focuses on the individual student, whereby make them, we embark on their journey together. The echo is still there. Student-centered education focuses on individual student learning journey, whereby we are all involved in their journey. For example, I'm having a learner right now in our school who who is having challenges with reading, with ability to comprehend. But I had to take time to study this child. And in the course of that, I realized that he is a child that needs attention. He needs special attention. He needs to be encouraged. Are you getting me? He needs a kind of interaction. And we all know that we have like even 12 or 10 types of learners. We have auditory learners, visual learners, tactical learners. We have verbal learners. Am I still in the house? We have different type of learners, and this type of learners, they have different needs. I was able to know that this child needs more attention, whereby I allow this child to be able to touch, he is a child that loves visualization. This is a child that you cannot just teach him with words alone or just teach him verbally and think that he will learn. He's a child that needs to be taught with pictures, with examples. He needs to lay hands on it. And before we knew it, the boy changed. In fact, right now, he started to be much more verbal in class. Now, what happened? It was because we were able to focus on him, on his journey, on his learning journey, because it's not about only the teacher alone. This is not about teacher preparing his or her lesson notes or lesson plans in order to suit him or herself that he or she is teaching. This is carrying learners along, ability to carry your learner, to make them to be infused in your plans and in your teaching. That's what student centered education is all about. Being centered on a child, being, preparing all that you have prepared for the sake of the child, to be in the journey of that child. Now, what is the journey of that child? A child that is having difficulty one way or the other, you are able to implement that child on such journey to make the child, feel relaxed, not feel as if he or she is a burden or that he is a problem. Okay, so when we have such planning, that's when we can say that we have a student-centered education. And when we have a student-centered education, it has lots of benefits. There are lots of benefits we have when we have a student-centered education as a school. Now, the number one benefit is it increases student engagement. Like I said concerning that learner, we realize that he is now relaxed to participate in class activities, unlike before, unlike his experiences in his former schools. He is now being ready. He is ready to participate. He is ready to contribute because he realizes that these people have started speaking my language. These people have started, relating to me in a way that I can understand. So it increases students' engagement. And that's actually what we want as a school, for our students to be engaged in whatever we are giving to them. So it makes them to be a part of the class. It makes them to have a grip that yes, I'm part of this society, because our school is another community, another society indeed. So when a child feels involved, feels important, feel like, wow, I'm part of this, it will make them to be able to engage in class. That's one benefit. Number two, it improves academic performances. It makes their performances to change, to improve. Now I'm using this learner as my focus because I've been able to practice it and I see it working. Now, this child is a virtual learner. Now, when a child is a virtual learner, it means that when as a teacher, now provide that virtual ability for him to now learn, it will make him, to feel, like I said, to feel involved, which will now make him, to improve on his academic performances. Now, my boy is, I can't say he's 100%, where we want him to be, but at least the 75% we are seeing is quite very different from how we were able to get him into the school system. Now, he has really improved. He is reading right now. He couldn't read before. Now he is reading. So we can see that it had really improved his academic performances. Now it enhances positive school culture. This will enhance the school culture in a positive way. Now, what do I mean by school culture? We all know that we have different cultures. We all come from different backgrounds where we have different cultural practices. Now, when as a school, you are practicing a student-centered education, it will give your school a kind of culture. What is this culture? A culture whereby your learners are your main goal. You believe that you are in the market, you are in the you are providing your services to meet the need of your learner, and this will invariably, speak good of your school. So it enhances positive school culture that gives learners a learning experience. Now, there was a child that when she wanted to come to her school, yes, last the second term, She made it known that she's not even interested in coming to our school. She told me she doesn't want to come to our school. But the mother was like, you are going to that school. And because of our student-centered education, she's now the one, even I made jest of her some few weeks ago. I said, oh wow, maybe you don't want our school. She said, I want. Why? Because she is enjoying herself. We have provided her with a good, wonderful experience that made her feel involved, that made her feel important, because it's all about her, not about we, the management, or a particular teacher. Is about her. And because of that, it has really given our school a very positive uh, culture. This girl is now relaxed in the school. Four, it will boost a school enrollment and retention. When you do all of this, it will boost your enrollment. I want to tell you that it is hard work. Okay, it's hard work, but hard work that you will put in and it will yield good result for your school is what we should do. Because when you work it and it's working, that is what will bring others. That is what will advertise your school. That is what will bring about a positive effect on your school. So I said the benefit of student-centered education is: one, it increases student engagement; two, it improves academic performances of the learners; three, it enhances positive school culture, that gives learners a wonderful experience. And number four, it will boost school enrollment and retention of students in a school. It will make your school to be able to have wonderful rollover enrollment, because when your learners are showing proof of what you do, this is advertisement on its own. And when the parent of such a child is really happy about the outcome you are bringing out of their children, it's a kind of testifying of what your school is doing, which will thereby bring about enrollment to the school. Okay, now let's go into strategies for implementing student-centered education. When we talk about student-centered education, we've looked at the benefit. Then how can we implement this in our school? What are the strategies that we can use in order for us to be able to use this in our school? All right. So the first one is we need to encourage student input. You need to encourage student input. What do I mean? Let your learners have a voice. Now, I remember when I was in primary, even in secondary school, we don't actually have a voice like that. A kind of situation where you express how you want to learn, okay? Where you express how you feel that a teacher should teach you. But when we now make our school to be student-centered education, this is you giving your learners the ability to have a voice in their learning experience, okay, whereby they have a choice of what to pick. For example, we started that this term, whereby we allow our learners to pick whether a project or whether extracurricular activities, or whether they would love to do a video presentation of whatever the task they are given, instead of just saying home fun, right? So. In the process of giving them options, we allow them to pick It gives each child network went off with some few seconds. I hope I'm still here. Yes, when you give a learner the ability for that child to choose what he actually making them, this is what we call centered education. Have a choice about their activity. Okay. Number two, personalized with learners. Yeah. Like I said earlier, I said we have different types of learners: kinesthetic learners, we have visual learners, we have auditory learners, tactical learners, verbal learners, social learners, emotional learners, we have up to like 10 to 12 types. When you now meet the needs of all these learners, those who are auditory, that only by hearing they learn, now you make a child to learn, by looking at whatever you are presenting. You make that child to look, to see, to feel what they want. You make the kinesthetic learners to get engaged in what you are teaching. This will make your learners to feel involved. This will make them to be the center of whatever you are giving out. For example, there are a lot of things right now we do through songs. I teach them a lot of things, including our school themes with songs. Why? Because those who are auditory will be able to use it. And in the process of using the songs or music to teach, I ensure that they demonstrate what they do. Okay, they demonstrate with their hands, they demonstrate with their body. What is that trying to do? I'm trying to get the visual learners and also the kinesthetic learners to get involved, because what they see, what they participate in, will make them, to get involved. They won't forget. So whether it is by writing, those that can write, they are involved in such activities. Whether it is uh, what should I say? Whether it is kinesthetics, they are all learning. Now, when all the children feel that, oh, this teacher is meeting my need, oh, this school is meeting my need in this area, there is a kind of value, of personal value in themselves. There is a confidence that a child will have and will know. And I realized that when I started inculcating that this term, they remember. When you ask them, what did you learn this so time, they are able to remember. Some of them will remember the music, the song. Some of them will remember the way they do their hands, and this will come to their remembrance. So it will make personalized learning, will give you the ability to reach out to your learners in such a way that it will bring about improvements in their lives. That number two, now your environment, your school environment, how creative are you with it? How flexible is your school environment? Do you only agree that learning should only take place in your classroom? We should create an environment that inside the classroom, outside the classroom, learning can take place. It shouldn't only be that it is only on the board that the learners learn. It shouldn't be that it is only within the confine of the classroom that the learners can let them have experience of the outside world. In your environment, in your community where your school is, if what you want to teach them is in that environment, bring them out, take them out, I remember a school who wanted to teach her learners pollution, and the school environment is having a place that looks like what they want to teach. They brought out the children to that area so that the children can see what pollution really means, what it means. And in fact, the school had to clean the environment. This is a positive way of advertising your school to the environment, and at the same time the learners are learning. Now they know that any dirt in any environment is a pollution, and they were able to learn. This is what I call creating a flexible teaching environment. Don't let it be only in your classroom. Create an environment that is flexible for learners to learn, not only within the classroom, but even outside the classroom. And number four is to provide ongoing professional development for your teachers. It's not only for you as a school owner to have this dream of having student-centered education. How viable are your teachers? Do they join you in this drive? Do they have this passion? And the best way for them to have this passion is for you to train them. They need to be trained. Let them get involved. Don't feel that it is wasting of money, of resources, or of time to train them. It is when you train them, when they see, when you carry them along with your vision, yes, of giving children, making children to be the center of your teaching, of your educational services. That is when those people that will be joining you to do this work will feel involved. They must be involved. They must be carried along. You must not be the only person doing this. You should have your team members working with this with you. And how can your team members, who are your teachers, do this? You can only achieve that by always ensuring that you give them trainings, give them professional follow-up, give them professional development in order for them to be able to carry out student-centered approach to teaching. Because to be candid, if not for personal development or going for trainings here and there, I would have believed that I should just know the topic I want to teach the children, go into the class, tell them what I want to teach them, explain to them, ask one or two questions, and leave the class. That's how we were taught. We were taught a teacher comes into the class, we greet, she asks about last week's topic. If we remember, if we don't remember, that's to us. And then he or she teaches us the topic of the week. No instructional material, no practicality, nothing like what I can, demonstrate, what I can get onto and make use of. For example, I was once a science student when a teacher was teaching me light. He only teaches me, or I've forgotten some of the topics in physics. It's been a long time. But I wonder that if I will be teaching physics now, I will make it to be practical. That when a child goes home, he can practice it at home. He can put one and two together and say, yes, this is what Mrs. Onosoya taught me today in school, because it's practical. That's what I mean. So when your teachers are also coming from that angle where I came from, and they learn from it, that is when they can be able to practice it, even when you are not around, even when you are not there to supervise. It will be a continuous thing. And the last one is number five, is to engage your parents too. It shouldn't only be about the school alone. Let's engage our parents. Let's get them involved. Now, this child I'm talking about, that the parents you brought, they've been beating this child, they've been shouting on this child. And this is not a child's fault. It's because we've not yet understand how to teach this child. Until we know how to teach that child, 3, 4 years ago, I was teaching a dyslexic child, and the parent feels that he should be reading because the younger brother has started reading. Until I got to know that this child is suffering from dyslexia. That is when I had to involve the parents that, look, this child doesn't have a problem. You are the one that is making it be like a problem. This child needs to be understood. We need to follow up with him. We need to understand this child. Do you know that today my boy is doing well? In fact, few months ago, he had gained admission to Lagos State University. This was a child that was dyslexic. Are you getting me? But because I was able to recognize it, that look, this child, we need to come down to his level, to his own level. And thank God the parents were able to cooperate. And I have had children who are having challenges in their academics, but because we go down to their level, they have improved. And this is because when parents are also involved, when you're not doing something in school and the parents are doing another thing at home, so it should be a joint venture whereby parents too, we work together with parents. So in the strategies for implementing student-centered education is to encourage learners' input, to use personalized learning for each learning styles that you have. 3, create a flexible, learning environment. Number 4, provide professional development for your team members. And number 5, engage your parents. Let parents get involved in the children's learning. Let them get involved. Now, I'm looking at the time also. So let's look at the actionable tips for school owners. Actionable tips for school owners. 1, get feedback from your student to understand their needs and concerns. There was a time during circle time, I called on my learners. I said, okay, today let me have your reviews. How do you want to be taught? How they were embarrassed at first. They were like, they were shy. They did not want to talk. They were like, how will I talk to teacher D that this is my problem? I had to let them realize that this morning is not about teacher D, it's about you. Tell me, just talk to me. What do you need? Are we meeting your needs? What should we remove? What should we add? And believe you me, I was wowed by what my learners told me during that morning. I was like, wow, these children, they actually know what they want. They give me a thumbs up. They told me, you're doing this, we love this, we love this. But mom, if you can do this for us, we'll love it. And I so much appreciate them. Now, this is why student-centered learning is very good. Now, student-centered learning will not make you to be the alpha and omega of anything that is happening in your school. It is a situation whereby you carry them along, they feel involved, they feel, like I said, they are part of the process. They feel that, yes, they are important. Don't see them as young children, don't see them as, you don't have anything. Let them feel among. So, one of the tips that I've used and I will continue to use is to get feedback from your learners. Let them talk. Let them, express themselves. Okay. Now, number 2, empower students to take leadership roles. Let them take leadership roles. Okay, our school right now, we don't have senior prefects or anything, but in each classes they have roles. I have leaders. I have somebody that is taking a leadership role. Okay, I make them to form a team, and they work together as a team, and they will choose somebody. Now, the person that is being chosen as a leader will be the one, whether they fail, whether they succeed, will be the one to speak on behalf of everybody. So that leadership role has made my baby girl, one of them, to be, I can see her acting like a big girl, because she realized that she is important too. So when you give your learners, leadership roles to contribute to decision making process, it has a way of helping the school to grow. It helps them, to be able to realize who they are, their passion, their desires. It makes them to also see their flaws. It makes them to know that they don't know it all. And that is what student-centered education will do for your school. And number three, celebrate student success no matter how small. No matter how small. This learner that I said couldn't read before coming to school, the first day he read three little words. If you see the way I celebrated him, that was the third week after joining the school. The way I celebrated this boy, it was as if he did something magical. He was looking at himself and was like, why is this woman jubilating like this? Why is she? Even me, I was like, I hope this hype wasn't too much. But I know that it is for me to build this child's confidence. I was able to, like, make him feel so much better. That, wow, this three letter word, that's amazing. And the boy was like, wow, did I do well? And by second day, my boy put in more effort. By fifth week, sixth week, my boy could read a sentence. Now, what happened? That small success that I had praised him for, made him, to say, yes, I need to buckle down. And that's what we can do. When they don't wait till their improvement has really shown. No, even their little effort, celebrate it. Celebrate that child. Celebrate that child, no matter how small. Even if it's as if his age has superseded that, celebrate that child. It goes a long way to help in student-centered education. And the last one we can do, as for the tips, is to encourage your learners to embrace challenges. Encourage your learners to embrace challenges. Encourage them that even though they fail, they should see it as opportunity to grow. Now, this child that I said the first time, he would he would read three little words that I celebrated him. This was a child that was reluctant to try two letter words. So he was able to try two letter words, and he blended them and was able to pronounce it. And I said, okay, we can go a little much further. And although this child was 6 years, yes, six, and we had to start from the beginning with him like that. But one thing I realized is that I told him the first week that it's a gradual process. You will come out of this better and greater. So work it out. You don't need to be embarrassed. This is you. This is where you are right now. You will not be like this by the end of this term. So when I encouraged him, when I gave him all the necessary boosters that I have to encourage him, I realized that my boy started changing. So we need to encourage our learners that they should accept their challenges, they should embrace it. Let them see failure as opportunity to grow. It's a journey, it's not a destination. Let us find words. This time around is not the time to be calling any child Olodo. Mm-mm. We should be able to encourage them to be the best. When they failed, let's encourage that child that, look, there's an opportunity for you to know it much more better. Okay? Okay, let's do more. Let's go on. When you do this for a child, it will make them to see failure as opportunity to grow, not as opportunity to go back, not as opportunity to feel bad about what they are learning. I hope you are getting value for it, and I hope you are taking note. Now, this is my conclusion. Conclusively, let me say, when we prioritize student-centered education, it will provide a supportive environment that will cause our schools to be different. Our school will be phenomenal. Our school will be seen as, wow, this is beautiful. Why? Because you had made your learners, you have really made your learners to be your center of preference. You have made them to be your focus. You made them to be your headache, your pains and everything like that. It's not about you. It's not about me showing that I'm a good teacher. No, it's me about showing that my learners are the best. Now, how can I show my that my learners are the best if not that I make them to be the center of attraction? Today, how do you want to learn a verb? We want to learn verb today by going outside, by playing for like 10 minutes. When you give it to them that way, they feel involved, they feel happy. And remember that I said that we have different types of learners in our class. When you make your student centered education your focus, you realize that you'll be able to carry each and every types of learners you have in class. And you cannot do that by using only one method. You can't, you cannot. You have to devise, you have to carry all of them along. Like I said, I've been using music for the past few weeks. From second week, I got into a training and we were told that we can teach our subject even with music. So that with music, and it worked. It's really working. I realized that I'm carrying visual learners, auditory learners, kinesthetic learners, verbal learners, tactical learners. I'm carrying them along with what I'm doing because they must show what they are saying. And when they are doing that, it brings a kind of thing into their memory that even the second morning, they greet with that music and they teach, even their parents at home. They've started teaching them what we are teaching them in school. So they become teachers themselves because they were part of the process. And I believe that all school owners can do this, that all schools can practice this, and all schools can leverage on this 21st century way of teaching to make our learners, special, phenomenal, and different. So let's start putting our students at the forefront of our school growth. Let's start making our learners to be at the forefront of our school growth because for your school to grow, your learners need to be growing. The parents must see that they are growing, and this is what will bring about, growth and also ability for you to find fulfillment as a school owner. Yes, you will find fulfillment because when your learners are doing well, when your teachers are following you as a team, when they are doing what they need to do as a team, it will help your school, it will boost your school's growth, and will make even your parents to be the one telling others about your school. And when others come in contact with your learners, they will see the difference because there will definitely be a difference. A child that is in class, participating in class, can stand anywhere to teach a particular subject because they were involved, they were part of it, and that's the best thing a teacher can experience. Maria Montessori said that a teacher can only have pride when that learner can can be independent of such a teacher. The time and the day our learners can can do things on their own without you participating, that's when you have already done the work. Have come to the end of the teaching. I hope you got value. I don't know if you have questions. I don't know if you have what you need to know more about child student centered education. Thank you so very much, Coach Abdul Latif. I appreciate you.
Wow, this
Thank
is so good. Well, can you hear me, ma?
Yes, I can. I can.
Wow, thank you so much. I've been here, I've been at the backstage learning a lot. Thank you so much for sharing how we can uh, enhance enrollment and retention, but not just focusing on that, but then how we can work with the students we have already, focusing on their needs, trying to bring them together, trying to give them their own voice, let them know that they are part of the system. And I really love the fact where you mentioned about giving students the opportunity to give feedback. I had a session earlier
Mm-hmm.
this morning. I was the first speaker. And one of the things I also mentioned was that we should have feedback because we'll be very shocked to know that to hear from our students when they start telling us things they would like us to bring up in their school, instead of hearing it from other schools. And they would love to, they would love you to so introduce it in your own school. It doesn't mean your students are your graded personal ambassadors, unpaid marketer, advertiser for you. So the idea is that anything you want to do in your school have to center on your students. Don't try to copy any other person. Don't try to compete unnecessarily. The most important thing is that if you focus on your students, you can never lose. You can never lose.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much, Sorry, for this great inspiring session. Thank you so much. Please let's appreciate her. I know it takes a lot, and this is something I always say in all my sessions. It takes a lot to have any speaker to be on this call. It takes a lot from the part of the speaker themselves. They have to sacrifice a lot to be here. Let's appreciate them. And if you have any question, this is the best time to drop it so that our speaker can answer your questions and then you can get clarification on whatever you are having challenges with. All right. So while we wait for that, let's appreciate our speaker. Thank you so much, Ma. Can
You're
see one
welcome.
comment here. I got Thank you for sharing your words of knowledge, Ma. So thank you so much, everybody, for being part of it. Thank you so much, Mr. Dosfera. Thank you so much. So we're waiting for to see if there's going to be any question from our audience. And so please don't forget that we're going to be having the evening session by 4:30. This is supposed to be we're supposed to have two sessions yesterday and three sessions today. But unfortunately, something came up yesterday. Unfortunately and unfortunately, something came up yesterday, so we have to start the session today by 10 o'clock. We're going to be having the two mini session this evening by 4:30 p.m. I know we have taken your time today already, but please make sure to show up. In the evening, we're going to be having our amazing speakers talk about cultivating a positive school culture, nurturing a supportive and collaborative work environment. We're going to be having Coach Akin Benjamin. We're going to be having parental engagement strategies, fostering meaningful relationship partnerships for student success by Coach Falami Bibalawa. So it's going to be amazing sessions that you can't afford to miss. Ensure that you are there. Ensure that you get in there. And if you miss any of this session, ensure that you watch the replay. The replay is going to be available on YouTube. Make sure you watch it. All right. Okay. So we're just going to be calling it a wrap. I can't see any question yet. And if you have any question, just drop it now. Drop it. Drop it. Let's drop it. Okay. I can see. Thank you so much. So if you have any question, just drop it, and we're going to before we wrap it up for this morning. Okay, so it seems we don't have any question. It seems we don't have any question. Do I see any question here? Not yet. If you have any question, please drop it now while our speaker is here to give answers to your question. Thank you so much for joining once again. appreciate this. Okay, so just to recap, I'm just going to end it now. And please don't forget to join us for the evening session. The link is going to be sent to our WhatsApp group. Thank you so much. Join here without registering. Ensure you register by the registration link. Just go to bit.ly /PSLBREGO1. Yeah, and we're going to see you on the other side. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day ahead. I'll see you in the evening session.